Well, it's noon here in Ventnor City, New Jersey, and Bethesda, Maryland, and even possibly in West Virginia. And this is news that you can use from CarEdge with your hosts, Ray and Zach, for, well, Friday, May 12th. Hey, what happened to your beard?
Man, it's been a long morning, but not as difficult a morning as it has been for Hyundai and Kia. We're going to dig into that in just a second. And fortunately, we got a guest. You hear that, Pops? Do you hear it? I hear it.
I did. I believe there's a knocking on my door. Oh my gosh! There's the F&I goddess herself, Miss Kimberly Kline, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi guys, how are you? Happy Friday! Yay!
It is indeed.
Happy Friday, Kimberly. Yeah, I'm disgruntled. Seriously, I grabbed the wrong guard for my my trimmer, my beard trimmer, and now I look like a baby. I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Lucky for you, you can have a beard again in a couple of days. Whereas if I started today, perhaps a year from now, somebody will go, "You growing a beard, right?"
I got to shave every morning, so.
Kimberly, let's kick things off here. It would not be a Friday without us talking about some interesting automotive stories. Here we go, folks. No, we are not talking about a giant Ally Bank ad at the top of automotive news. It's this right here. Insurers sue Hyundai and Kia over costs of vehicle hot wiring. And crime wave targeting older Hyundai and Kia models not equipped with the engine immobilizer could end up costing the insurance industry up to $600 million. Big ones. Kimberly, have you ever heard of insurance companies suing automakers? This is big news.
It is big news. It's really, really, really big news. They're angry. Those insurance carriers are mad. Like if you lived in an area along the coast that got slammed with hurricanes, like 10 of them in 1 year. Well, insurance companies get really angry at Mother Nature because they got to pay out big money, but they can't sue Mother Nature. Well, this isn't exactly the same thing, but they're just as mad at the automakers because they're having to pay out a lot of big bucks.
Yeah, it's not often that insurance companies will sue an automaker because, well, you make your cars too easy to steal. I honestly, I have never heard of anything like this before. And so apparently Hyundai and Kia's idea was, well, people are insured. Let the insurance companies pay for our failure to protect the customer's asset. Well, it's not really an asset, but the customer's property. And it's just absolutely crazy that they have to be. I mean, insurers could lose upwards of $600 million. And, some of those vehicles are still on the road and still expecting to be insured over the course of the foreseeable future. So those losses could go up from there. It's just a shame that Hyundai Kia decided the hell with it. We're not concerned.
You had a really good inconceivable moment there, Pops. Maybe you'll hit us with one later on. It is not only the insurers who are suing Hyundai and Kia. Let me blow this up on the screen for you guys. The city of Baltimore has filed a federal lawsuit against car manufacturers Kia and Hyundai, joining a number of cities who say the companies created a public nuisance by making cars that can be easily stolen. There's so many angles to this. One is obviously like what's going to happen in the insurance industry. Premiums are up like crazy. This is not going to help that by any stretch. Another angle to this is we have seen, I don't want to call it shoddy, but I think it is appropriate to call. We have seen during the chip shortage this period of time, and these are older vehicles, but we have seen kind of shoddy craftsmanship. A lot of, hey, well, Ford even came out and said quality's job number one, but our way of doing quality assurance will be listening on social media for issues. I guess the reason I bring this up is I wonder if there's more accountability that needs to be had at the OEM level. And if this is the first step in that direction, some financial repercussions for producing vehicles that are a public nuisance and have cost $600 million in unexpected expense on the insurance side.
A public nuisance. Wasn't it the mayor? Was it the mayor of Baltimore that provided people with if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah. I think there were multiple municipalities, and Baltimore was one of them. They were giving out the thingies that you put in the
club.
steering wheel.
Steering wheel?
The club,
Yeah.
The club. Yeah.
Yeah, the club. Man, everybody's going to jump on this, I tell you. But I get the feeling that Hyundai Kia they just don't care. But they're going to care.
And the thing is, the insurance companies are suing because they're anticipating losses up to $600 million in a city the size of Baltimore, with the amount of crime that city seems to encounter on a daily basis. To have a sizable part of your police department dealing with stolen vehicle reports, investigating stolen vehicles, that adds additional money on top of that. So it is diverting public safety officers from being able to do other jobs that could actually, I don't know, make the safety of the public a little bit better. It is, if I may, inconceivable that you knew I had to throw it because you mentioned it, but it is inconceivable that municipalities and insurance companies feel compelled to have to sue automobile manufacturers who just decided that, rather than make it more difficult for people to steal our cars, we're just going to hope they don't figure it out. Well, we just hope they don't figure it out didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And it speaks volumes about some of the decisions that are made at the highest level of some of these companies.
I mean, now some insurance companies did immediately stop and just say, hey, we're just not going to cover this anymore. We're done with this. And let's not forget that I think not all of it, but a big boost of this started with a TikTok.
Yes.
Right? It started with a TikTok of somebody showing its viewers
how to do it.
Easy.
Yeah, how easy it is to do it.
Yeah. It's very interesting, and I really want to follow this story and see what happens.
Let me just pull it up on the screen briefly here. These are the vehicles that are impacted. Okay, this is a story that's been ongoing for months now. The big breaking aspect of this is now the lawsuits. So we've got 2015 to 2021 Hyundai Ascents, same model years, Elantras, Konas, Santa Fe's, Tucsons, 15 to 18 Velosters, 15 to 21 Fortes, Kia Fortes, Optimas, the 2015 and 2016 Kia Optima hybrids, the 2015 to 2021 Rios, Sedonas, 2015 to 2016 Sorrentos, 2015 to 2021 Souls and Sportage.
Now, you have to remember
millions of vehicles.
Yeah.
And you have to remember that these are the vehicles that don't have the push button start.
Right.
So if you have one of those vehicles that you have to use the key in the ignition to start the vehicle, and those vehicles don't have engine immobilizers, that is why they are more susceptible to theft than other vehicles. And I don't know, we're talking about millions of vehicles, and perhaps it was $10 worth of parts, $20 worth of parts, I don't know, to have an engine immobilizer in every vehicle. But let's go crazy and say it was $50 on every car. Well, if we're talking about a million vehicles, that's what, 50 million vehicles, $50 million. So, that is the prime example of corporate greed overriding public safety. That's all it is. It's just, goes back to your basic corporate greed.
Now, didn't Hyundai say, look, we did some system updates, we're doing these repairs quickly, da 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 da. But I think in this lawsuit, it also said that it's important to clarify that an engine immobilizer is an anti-theft device, and these vehicles are fully compliant with federal anti-theft requirements. I have not read those requirements for anti-theft for the federal government, but
yeah, but if it can go viral on TikTok,
Yes.
I think those requirements probably need to be updated. I want to just remind everyone, because we're talking about insurance and we're going to jump to the chat here and I got to do my job. We can help you save money on insurance. So if you're watching this, you're thinking to yourself, I've got a Hyundai or a Kia. Go talk to one of our agents. You can literally just call our team, 855-786-1144. See if you can save some money on your insurance. It's actually a very wise thing to be doing annually, whether you do it with us or anyone. You just need to be doing it because a lot of folks are feeling it there.
They
Partly
are.
as a result of this, and also because the cost of repairs continues to go up. There'll be an ongoing story here on the insurance side of things.
And if you have one of these Hyundai and Kias, you might want to just do it to see if you can even get insurance.
Yeah. You know what, Mark? And I see something Mark said. The software changes the alarm for 30 seconds to 60 seconds, if I remember correctly. Yes, I read that too. That's what the software update does. Woo!
Yeah.
Man,
there you have it.
Yeah, there you go. All right, let's go here to the chat and then pull up one other thing with regards to Hyundai and Kia, and then we'll switch gears. We got some really, really, really great news coming out of the state of Texas. So we're going to turn our attention there. We had from Kayvon Dad a super sticker. You know what that means?
That means I got to do one of these, buddy. And thank you, Kayvon.
Yeah, that's his daily exercise, folks. So the more you contribute super stickers, the more my dad exercises. It's a win. We've got from the Reclamation Project. Thank you for the contribution. Greetings from Arizona. Good morning. I just bought a 2020 Kia Niro EV. They offered a bumper-to-bumper warranty that covers incidentals, road debris, etc. as well. $2,500. Thoughts on warranties like this or Kia warranties in general? Now, Kimberly, you obviously on our team, you help literally each year thousands of folks navigate these types of decisions. What are your thoughts on this question from the Reclamation Project?
I would say, first of all, get a quote from us. Secondly, I would like to know, well, 2020 can't have that many miles. I want to know more. Read the fine print. Find out what it means by road debris, etc. An extended warranty on a new and newer car covers mechanical repair and breakdown. Closely mimics that factory warranty. You do want a dealership administrator. Finance managers are in charge of how much you pay for that. So negotiate the price with the finance manager. Markup is anywhere from $1,000 to $3,500 in markup. So that's how much room you've got to negotiate with the finance manager.
It seems to me that might not necessarily be just a bumper-to-bumper warranty.
Yeah.
Especially if it includes road debris and things like that. Perhaps there's a tire and wheel policy that's been added to that. I think you really need to take a deep dive into exactly what is and is not covered so that you have a full understanding as to what it is that they sold you.
Bingo. All right. I want to do one more piece here with Hyundai Kia just to put in perspective the financial implications of this issue, not only to the insurers and the automaker, but to the actual individuals. So here you go. There's a story from the Auto News article. Alex Gerwer, a resident of Long Beach, California, told Automotive News that his daughter's 2019 Hyundai Tucson was stolen from outside their house in the early morning hours in April. After the vehicle was deemed unrecoverable by police, their insurance company, Geico, offered to pay out $23,000. Gerwer said in an email that the amount does not, quote, replace the car with any similar model. He also noted it does not reimburse the 2 years left on the $1,300 warranty purchased with the vehicle. So I think this is an interesting aspect. One is the replacement cost. One is the replacement cost that the insurers deem that your vehicle's worth. We could spend multiple shows talking about that. I've got printouts right here from V Auto that show the huge variance in what book values are for vehicles. So people that are affected by this are going to end up kind of getting screwed on that end. And then also, if you bought these other products associated with it, it's just for a lot of consumers who put their trust and faith in Hyundai Kia, they're going to have a real sour taste in their mouth if this happens to them.
I mean, I would think so, Zach. And yet I'm always amazed at how many people are buying Hyundai Kia and not just buying them, but paying well over sticker for them and accepting those forced front end ads. So it's an enigma.
And the other thing is on those items that still had 1,300. I mean, you can apply for a prorated refund. You can cancel. They're cancelable. And I would think that Geico's argument would be, well, based on the amount of times these vehicles are being stolen, that has negatively impacted their values.
Value.
And that's why we're only willing to give you $23,000. Now, if they had on their insurance policy replacement value coverage, that would be a different story. So I think that gentleman would need to look at his insurance policy and see if they were paying for replacement value. If they weren't, then they only get wholesale value.
Yeah. Still, a lot of people not only getting their cars stolen from a viral TikTok, but then having to deal with the insurer, deal with the automaker. It's a catastrophe. Yeah.
Is anybody suing the person that did the TikTok? Is that next?
That's a good question.
You've got to imagine the person who did the TikTok is probably in jail, right? Like, because they're stealing cars and teaching people how to steal cars, right? Like, you're not allowed to do that, are you?
Well, maybe if was the TikTok like entitled "How to Steal a Hyundai or a Kia," that would be one thing. That I think might make you liable. But if the TikTok was, look how easy it is to steal a Hyundai or a Kia, that could almost be considered educational.
So
and almost a public service, in the sense that you are warning people about considering one of these vehicles in the future.
Right.
And I would believe a good lawyer, perhaps even a bad lawyer, could win that case just based on semantics.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the insurance company's going to sue the manufacturer. The manufacturer might turn around and sue the TikToker and say, "What'd you show this for?" You know, it's everybody's suing everybody.
And what are they going to get from the TikTok guy?
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to get anywhere near 600 million?
I don't think so.
All right, let's switch gears, gang. Let's switch gears. Kimberly, you used the word
before we switch gears. How about we just sue the Chinese government? I mean, they're the ones behind TikTok anyway. Do they have anyone? Yeah.
That's a ball of wax.
Yeah. That should.
All right, we will have a different show to dig into the TikTok crisis. Now let's stay focused here, gang. We've got good news. All right. We talk a lot about bad news on this show because, well, unfortunately, that's what the media tends to focus on. We have very, very, very good news coming out of a state where we usually don't see a lot of consumer protection.
Yes.
However, in the state of Texas, we have forced financing, a bill that has been proposed in the Texas State Senate, overwhelmingly approved, barring auto dealerships from penalizing or denying shoppers seeking to buy vehicles with cash or financing arranged outside the store. Kimberly, we have been covering this story for, 2 years now, probably. States like Texas, Oklahoma, generally in the South, we have seen dealerships say, you want to buy this truck from us? You have to finance through us. And now the Texas State Senate, overwhelming majority, says, nope, we're putting the end to that. You cannot discriminate. You cannot force someone to finance through your dealership. What do we need to know about this, and what's your take on it?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see this. The fact that it passed. Now we got to get it in, we've got a few more steps to go here, but we're on the right track. And Zach, for Texas, that they could lead the way. I'm hoping to see other states do this as well. I don't know if they will, because I am of the opinion that they scratch each other's backs, and I don't know, but this means that you would be able to walk into a dealership, negotiate your OTD on the vehicle that you want, and pay for it the way that you want to pay for it. I mean, is that too much to ask? To think that we have to have a bill and we have to pass this get it into a law, it just boggles my mind. But that's what it means. You would be able to walk into the dealership and you determine how you want to pay for the vehicle.
Oh, that's sacrilege.
I mean,
Really? I mean, come on. Dealerships are all powerful and all knowing, and damn it, they know what's best for you. And they know that high interest rate, high margin loan that they're going to force you to take is the best. Okay, maybe that's all BS.
yep.
Yeah, it would be nice if this passes through completely. I would imagine there's the state legislature as well that it has to get passed through, and then it has to be signed by the governor.
Yeah,
And
September 1st is when it would take effect.
when is it?
September 1st. If it gets signed into law, it would take effect September 1st.
So before it gets signed into law, we there's that old saying about everything: follow the money.
Yep.
Let's see how much state dealer association money gets forked over to the governor or other politicians to try and block this, to see if it actually gets signed into law. It should be. I mean, realistically, any retail outlet that's selling something shouldn't be able to compel to the buyer how it has to be paid for. When you go into Walgreens, they don't say you have to finance your prescriptions. They just want to get paid for them. If you're buying toothpaste, they don't tell you how you have to pay for the toothpaste. They just want to get paid. And that should be how it works in every retail environment, whether it be a Walgreens or it be your local Chevrolet dealer.
Yeah, and it's not just in the South too. We know from our community members it's still happening on a daily basis in dealerships across America. But during the scarcity of vehicles, which I know we're still in, depending on where you
Yes.
are in the country, it definitely did expose something. It exposed to the consumer that the finance office is making a huge amount of money, because I feel like people didn't realize that. And now they do. Why are you making me finance through? Oh, the finance department makes money? I thought that's where I just went to sign paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to imagine that our videos and others out there that are helping to educate the public on how this industry operates is also giving more and more weight towards, the people actually lobbying their state representatives. And we obviously have the FTC proposed rules that have been agreed upon and will likely never actually get implemented that also would ban this type of behavior. I want to take a moment here. Two things are going through my mind for the conversation. One is, I am super proud, gang. On June 15th, we are going to be launching the CarEdge Trusted Dealer Program. All right. I'll pull it up on the screen. We've got a landing page. We currently have one logo on the landing page. It's the first dealer that we feel like we can trust, Earl Stewart. So the Trusted Dealer Program ties into this, because if you think about it, what we want to do is we want to align with dealers who don't behave like this bill, honest financing.
Right.
CarEdge preferred dealers limit their markups on loans and leases, and they'll share all financial approvers or rates if you ask. This is a clear deviation from some other dealers who may hide the truth cost of financing and maximize their profits at your expense. Like, we have these principles that dealers like Earl Stewart have to sign off on to get access. They will be badged as trusted on CarEdge.com. None of these dealers that are playing these games, we are going to reward the good dealers. And we are not going to say too many bad words about the bad dealers. We're gonna pivot here, folks. We're gonna spend less time talking about the bad dealers and just champion the good ones. Because at the end of the day, you want to avoid going to one of these shops, of which we've got data in that Auto News article. 70% of loans are being financed through the dealers in Texas. A lot of forced financing. We just want to help you avoid that.
Yeah,
because it just ends up costing you an arm and a leg.
It just makes me crazy, Zach. Forced financing is one of the things that has come out of this that just makes me nuts. Yeah.
The justification from the Dealers Association in Texas, Kimberly? Well, we don't like working with some lenders because they pay slow. So that's why we have to do forced financing. It's these BS. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It carries no weight.
Many dealers will do what is absolutely in their best interests while taking every opportunity they can to separate their customer from as much of that customer's money as they can. And then there are other dealers that, even though they still might do some of those things, they will do it transparently. Part of the code of ethics is that if one of our community members asks, well, what's the buy rate, that they share that with the customer. Doesn't mean that they have to sell the money to them at the buy rate. They just have to be transparent about it. So if the buy rate's 4.9% and they've marked it up to 5.49%, they're being transparent. They're telling you exactly what it is that they're doing. And that's the difference between a good dealer and a bad dealer. A bad dealer won't share it with you. They'll just force you to deal with it.
So if you have a dealer that has 2 forced front ads, one of them might be theft, one of them might be paint interior for $1,500 each, and they show that to you on your out the door, and the customer says, I don't want those. And also, I'd like to see the contract on them. Tell me more about that.
Yes.
We want transparency. Is that so difficult?
I can assure you guys right now, we're going to have to allocate budget in the future to a secret shopper program. Like we're going to be aligning with dealers that sign off on a legal agreement that says they're going to abide by our dealer promise that they're going to do these things. And then, you know what we're going to do? We're going to have community members go there and shop cars and report back. Like, we're kind of going to become Consumer Reports like in that way. We're going to have to build those pieces because it's the only way to really make sure it'll make their businesses so much more efficient. They'll have customers for life. And what will they have done? Just given people information, not force them. That's the whole thing back to why this is such good news coming out of the state of Texas.
Yeah,
The fact that they finally are moving on this, because so many people went to go buy a car, were told, well, the only way you can buy it is if you take this 15% interest rate. It's the only one. That's not how it should work.
Think about how much money Texas consumers were forced to spend that they shouldn't have had to. And I guarantee you, through forced financing, that it will add up to hundreds of millions of dollars, okay, that have been taken out of consumers' pockets, which means they have less money moving forward to help grow that state's economy. So, when there are situations like this, there is collateral damage, and the collateral damage is how it impacts the economy moving forward, because Texas consumers now have less money than they should have had. And so it's time to say to a retailer who is selling products, goods, services, that if you're selling them, you can't stipulate how it has to be paid for. All you can stipulate is that it must be paid for before you leave the store with it. That's it. It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. The other thing too, right, is that the lies that the finance manager tells when there's no prepayment penalty to avoid the chargeback.
Yes.
So oh, that's awesome. Yeah, there are chargebacks. So I would like to know how many of these dealers I would like to see their chargeback sheets. I just want to know, because I know that our educated community, well, the dealers got a lot of chargebacks because they went and refinanced it, even though the finance manager said, oh, no, you got to keep this for 3 to 6 months or whatever BS they say.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Hey, Pops, I know you have a show in 15 minutes over on the CarEdge Electric channel with Phil. We've got a couple of comments in the chat here I really want to go through. And also, Kimberly, it's Friday, so let's do some wins. So, Pops, if you want to sign off at your leisure, or if you want to leave us with a Friday win before you do sign off, Kimberly and I will stay tight here, excuse me.
Okay, here's my Friday win. Yesterday, I was forced by Medicare to have my annual Medicare wellness visit. Now, I want you folks to remember these 3 words, because in a year I'm going to need to know them. Okay, the 3 words. No, let me finish. The 3 words were banana, chair, and sunrise. And then I need you to draw a clock within this circle and notate the time as 10 minutes after 11. Now, that is Medicare's attempt at a dementia test. Okay. so yes, I was forced to do this because Medicare now insists that you have to have an annual wellness visit. And so I said to the young man who does these wellness visits, if I walk in next year for my annual wellness visit and I say, Scott, how are you this morning? By the way, banana chair sunrise and it's 10 after 11. Can I leave now? And he said, you would be done. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, awesome.
So that's my win. I passed my dementia test. Okay. And I've committed all that to memory so that I can spout it out to Scott a year from now.
Bravo.
I love it. I
do too. That's awesome. So proud of you.
Well,
stay healthy, Pops.
I'm trying my best. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye so that I can get ready for the other show. Thank you for being here, Kimberly. It's always good to see you.
You too, Ray. Thanks.
Fridays are my favorite days here at CarEdge. I'll see you all later. I'll see you all in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes on the other channel, damn it.
See ya, Pops.
Bye, Ray.
All right, Kimberly, let's jump to the chat here for a quick second. Then we'll do our Friday wins. We had a contribution come in from Mike asking us, when is a good time to buy a new Prius Prime? Unfortunately, the Prius Prime is one of those vehicles that is incredibly hard to get your hands on. So if you can find one at MSRP, which the best way to do something like that would be to work with our CarEdge coaches, go for it, give it a try. Depending on where you are geographically, it's going to be impossible. There are a few Toyota dealerships out there that are not charging over MSRP, but the Prius Prime is maybe the RAV4 Prime is the hottest one. But it's going to be it's going to be years of the Prius Prime staying out, not having enough inventory.
I agree.
Kimberly, we had this come in from Aaron. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron.
Very, very thoughtful. Follow on your Echo Park video. We did a video recently talking about how Echo Park is paying a pretty penny to buy cars from consumers. CarEdge.com/sell to see that in action. I sold my 2021 Toyota Tacoma SR5 to them. Bought new in 2021 for $36,500. Sold to them for $35,500. With 29,000 miles 2 weeks ago.
Oh my God.
They then listed it for $33,500. I don't know what they're doing. Wow.
Oh my goodness. I would keep my eye on that and watch and see what's going to happen with it. I know my son did that with his GTI. He watched it, and it just kept going down and down. And now he sees somebody driving it around in town, but keep an eye on that.
Yeah, and CarEdge.com/sell. That's where you can see what Echo Park would pay for your car. I'm blown away, Kimberly. I'm truly blown away at how much they are paying for certain vehicles. Happy Travelers wants to know, please do a CarEdge discount code next Saturday night. And this ties in with the question about, are we doing a Saturday night stream? No Saturday night stream tomorrow. We will be doing a Saturday night show a week from tomorrow, and we will be launching a campaign here at the end of the month, a discount for our community for the new to be released CarEdge report. That'll actually be out in a week or so. And the reason, Kimberly, we're not doing a show tomorrow night, I am going to be staying at a hotel next to a pond because I am doing a triathlon on Sunday morning at 5:30 a.m. and it's a 2-hour drive. And
I mean, is it a Motel 6 or a Super 8? I mean, a hotel next to a pond? What?
It's not the finest accommodation. It's fine. I think it's a Holiday Inn Express. We're swimming in the pond. I've never swam in a pond before,
that's why we're staying beside the pond. Because yuck, Zach, make sure there's all kinds of ew.
No, it's gross. It's gross. Yeah. No, it's super gross.
And you do this why?
Friday wins, everyone. Let's go to the Friday wins, so I don't have to face my fears.
That's awesome, Zach. That's awesome. I love it.
Kimberly, what was your win this week?
This is from Community Zach, and it isn't CarEdge Tools. I'm going to get this moved over somewhere, but it's from Tammy Hochstein. However, the win this week for me is that's space. It goes to space. Yeah. Okay, Space is on our team, and Tammy said, are there a lot of recalls on 2023 Ford trucks. And what does Space answer with? Oh my gosh, he gives you so much data. I don't see a reason why 2023 wouldn't follow the trend we saw in 2022. And bam, 1, 2, 3, 4, Ford, Volkswagen, Daimler Trucks, Stellantis. I mean, a simple question, and Space gives you so much. And so my win goes to him this week. Thank you, Space.
Yeah, huge shout out to the entire team, all of our car coaches. If you haven't met the car coaches, here, let me pull that page up on the website really quickly. You can go to caredge.com/company and you can actually meet the people behind the scenes. You'll land on this page, give yourself a little scroll down, and you can meet some of the folks on the team. I'm just so proud of everything that we built here and how dedicated everyone is to leveling this playing field and helping folks like Tammy and others get the information that they need.
Absolutely.
My win this week, really,
Yes,
really,
please.
really excited for the report. You know, we're in testing for the CarEdge report. We've been working on this. We were going to launch it like 2 months ago, and then we did rounds of testing and feedback, and it's really coming along quite well. So for those of you who have CarEdge accounts, you'll actually have access to it on Monday, but we're not going to start promoting it probably until like Saturday of the following week, so like the 20th, so about a week from now, the folks will start to have access to it. And I don't know if you've had a chance, Kimberly, to play around with it at all. It's I'm
it's
proud of
super
us.
slick. I love it. I really, really love it. And it's super thoughtful. This is so thoughtful. There's a lot that has gone into this from the CarEdge team, and it's just super thoughtful. I think people are going to love this.
Yeah, the negotiability factors, how it compares to vehicles that have actually sold, the price chart, where it is relative to other vehicles, how it ranks compared to other vehicles.
Yeah.
You've got your market days supply, your total for sale. Yeah. I mean, you should be able to just print this out, have this with you when you go to negotiate, talk to a dealer, and life should be a heck of a lot easier. So yeah, really proud. Finally, we're in a position where we can get that out. So yeah, I think that was a big win.
That is a huge win. That's a great one, Zach. That's a great one.
Yeah.
So tell me more about this pond you're going to be swimming.
Sure.
I'm so excited for you. I wish I could watch. Is there
I don't think
is Laura going to be there to record this?
Laura will be there. I'll be in at this triathlon races. For anyone who wants to show up and cheer me on, that would be greatly appreciated. The Bear Triathlon, Lums Pond State Park. And if you're a car dealer and you hate me, please don't show up. I don't want to be heckled during the race. Yeah, so here it's Lums Pond State Park, Kimberly. It looks beautiful.
It does. It does. Oh,
it looks nice.
Zach.
It looks nice. Yeah, it's an Olympic distance, and it's a tune-up for the half Ironman. So the half Ironman's a month out, so this is kind of like the tune-up to make sure that we can get it done.
Well, I have to say I'm proud of that too. I am proud of you for doing that.
First. We got to get it done.
Wow.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good.
Does it have leeches? Jared asks, does it have leeches? I don't know. I hope not. Oh, well.
I hope not too. Hey, well, Kimberly, enjoy your Friday. Folks,
You
if
too.
we can help you with anything, please just go to the website, click on something and go to community, whatever it is. Like, we're here to help. My email actually is finally updated. I don't know if Kimberly, I can help you with this, by the way. We finally have our CarEdge emails.
I would love that. Oh my gosh.
If you want to email me, if you want to email me, Zach@caredge.com works. There you go. And I can help you set that up, Kimberly. So
that would be wonderful. Hey, before we go, Driven for Women, we have a really great conversation going on over there right now. If you are a lady, a woman, and you want to get into Driven for Women, you can email me or just go to help@caredge.com. Let us know you want to get in. But the conversation we're having right now is so interesting, and it's about women driving stick shifts.
Ooh. I don't know how to drive stick shifts.
You don't? Are you serious?
We're not having this conversation. Oh
my gosh. Oh my God. Wait till I let all those ladies in Driven for Women know.
Well, Kimberly, thank you for mentioning Driven for Women. Awesome community that you've built over at caredge.com/community. Everyone, enjoy your upcoming weekend.
Yes.
Go tune in. CarEdge Electric, Pops and Phil, starting in about 6 minutes. Kimberly, thank you for all your help, for all that you do. Everyone, Catch you soon.
Bye-bye.